Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. जय सर्वविघ्नाश श्री वासुदेव भगवान की जय, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, विश्वगुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय सत्यभामा कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय सत्यभामा जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्यमिष्णवेन गिरीश विश्व गुरु अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय भगवद्गीता की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme, verse number 9. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaredyaha Sarvasya Dataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastad. Word to word meaning. Kavim, one who knows everything. Puranam, the oldest. Anushasitaram, the controller. Anoho, of the atom. Aniyamsam, smaller than. Anusmaret, always thinking. Yaha, one who. Sarvasya, of everything. Dataram, maintainer. Achintya, inconceivable. Rupam, form. Aditya Varnam, illuminated like the sun. Tamasaha, of the darkness. Parastat, transcendental. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. One should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as He is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, who is the maintainer of everything, who is beyond all material conception, who is inconceivable, and who is always a person. He is luminous like the sun, and being transcendental is beyond this material nature. Jai Shri Krishna Rukmini Satyabhama ki jai, Nitai Gauranga ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. The process of thinking of the Supreme is mentioned in this verse. The foremost point is that He is not impersonal or void. One cannot meditate on something impersonal or void. That is very difficult. The process of thinking of Krishna, however, is very easy. The process of thinking of Krishna, however, is very easy and is factually stated herein. First of all, He is Purusha, spiritual, Rama and Krishna, and is described herein as Kavim, that is, He knows past, present, and future, and therefore knows everything. He is the oldest personality because He is the origin of everything. Everything is born out of Him. He is also the supreme controller of the universe, maintainer and instructor of humanity. He is smaller than the smallest. The living entity is 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair. But the Lord is so inconceivably small that He enters into the heart of this particle. Therefore, He is called smaller than the smallest. As the Supreme, He can enter into the atom and into the heart of the smallest and control him as the super soul. Although so small, He is still all pervading and is maintaining everything. By Him, all these planetary systems are sustained. We often wonder how these big planets are floating in the air. It is stated herein that the Supreme Lord, by His inconceivable energy, is sustaining all these big planets and systems of galaxies. The word achintya, inconceivable, is very significant in this connection. God's energy is beyond our conception, beyond our thinking jurisdiction, and is therefore called inconceivable, achintya. One can argue this point. Who can argue this point? He perverts this material world and yet is beyond it. We cannot even comprehend this material world, which is insignificant compared to the spiritual world. So, how can we comprehend what is beyond? Achintya means that which is beyond this material world, that which is that which our argument, logic, and philosophical speculation cannot touch, that which is inconceivable. Therefore, intelligent persons, avoiding useless argument and speculation, should accept what is stated in scriptures like Vedas, Gita, and Srimad-Bhagavatam and follow the principles they set down. This will lead one to understanding. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here in this chapter we are seeing about the title of the chapter is Attaining the Supreme. So how to attain the spiritual world? In the beginning of the chapter, Arjuna asked several questions about our life, and the last question what he asked is how to remember you at the time of death. What one should remember. So Krishna answered previous questions in just 2 verses, and the last question, how to remember the Supreme Lord at the time of death, that he is explaining in elaborately. And so in the previous verses we have seen that whatever the state of mind the living entity is having at the time of death, that state he will attain. Those who are worshipping the devatas, if they think of the devatas, then they will go to the devata planet. If they think of the Supreme Lord, he will go to the Krishna Loka. If they think of the demons, they will take birth again in the family of demons. So like that Krishna has explained. So but Krishna finally is telling that one has to think of me as a person by which you can get out of these material clutches and attain your spiritual nature. So how to think of Krishna as a person? It is not instantaneously I can think the Supreme Lord so that I can eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. No, it is very difficult. Why it is very difficult? Because you would have experienced somebody who is in the deathbed. First of all, their body, physical body is very much painful. In the Shastra it is mentioned that like 40,000 scorpions are biting at a time. How much a pain will feel? That much pain will be having at the time of the physical body will be experiencing. And not only the physical body, the mind cannot be concentrated on any particular object unless we trained. So mind also wants support, and our memory also will not be focused. The remembrance will not be there. So in such a condition is very instantaneously we cannot meditate upon the Supreme Lord. So therefore the Shastra says that we have to practice when we are living in this material world throughout our life. We have to practice, we are culture this knowledge. So that is the purpose of the human life. In the animal form of life, we may prone to enjoy they may prone to enjoy their senses. But by taking the human form of life, if we are also engaging in such activities, then it is useless. It is waste of our time. So we have to purposefully utilize our human energy so that we can eligible ourselves to attain our constitutional nature. So in order to meditate upon the Supreme Lord, what Krishna is here, first he is telling that one has to meditate him as a person, as a supreme person. We cannot meditate upon something like there are different kinds of meditations people may have. Generally, meditation means meditation some formless energy, or meditation upon something wideism. So that is not being taught here. Krishna says, you meditate upon me as a supreme personality. Srila Prabhupada was once told that those who are having the conception of voidism, they are not meditating upon the voidism, but they are meditating upon they are imagining the idea of voidism. So why? Because we can there is nothing called that voidism. That kind of concept itself is it won't exist. Whereas meditating upon the Krishna as the supreme person is possible. How it is possible? Because every day we are seeing the form of the Lord in his deity form. So that is the physical form which we can able to conceive. Not only the deity form, the holy name which we are uttering, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this is another personal form of the Supreme Lord. So by chanting and hearing the holy name, we can able to meditate upon the personal form of the Lord. So this is the meditation. Chanting and hearing is the meditation. Not that meditation is a part of just a mind alone. Meditation can be possible with the soul's senses. So soul, when it chants as well as it hears the holy name, knowing the sound, then that is a meditation. So next Krishna is telling about that one who know me, that I am the all knower of everything. Kavim. Generally we know certain things with our mental ability, but the Lord is the all knower of everything. We know certain things because we have to learn, then we can understand. But God does not have to go through learning, then he can understand. No. He is the knower of the past, he is knower of the present, and he is knower of the future also, simultaneously, for every living entity. So all our past, all our condition, everything simultaneously God knows. And what is happening in the material world, everything God knows. And moreover, he is one who is situated in our heart as a Paramatma. So the Lord who is seated is not an ideal person. Each and every activity he is aware of that. Not only the physical activity, even in the mind, what we are thinking, what we are feeling, everything the Lord knows. So there is nothing called we can hide something from the Lord. We may hide something from our some other human beings, but our mind itself is being controlled by the Lord. Of course, for the Krishna has definite system for that. He has put certain devatas in the universes, and these devatas are controlling our mind. And the next Krishna is talking about one should meditate him as the Puranam, the oldest person. Generally, in our experiences, we human beings live for 100 years, 120 years are the maximum, like that. And we had heard from the Vedic literature, like Devatas they live for 300 million years. That is one mantra time is 300 million years. That is their duration of their life. Because where is 100 years, where is 300 million years? So it is very huge, no? So therefore, sometimes they call us Amara. Amara doesn't mean that since it is huge, it is a vast duration, so we call Devatas as Amara. More than that, the supreme, the most oldest person within the universe is Lord Brahma. He lives for 311 trillion years. And it is interesting to know that this 311 trillion years of is just one breath of Mahavishnu. Just Mahavishnu lying down in the causal ocean and he is breathing out, and all the universes are coming out, and Lord Brahma is created, and he is doing the secondary creation, and he is maintaining everything. And when Mahavishnu again he inhales, all the universes again goes into the body of Mahavishnu. So such is the duration of the Supreme Lord, and this is one breath. And like that, so our Lord is the oldest personality, but he is always youthful, ever youthful. Oldest personality doesn't mean that he can become old age like us. He never becomes old age. He is always youthful, ever fresh body. Then Krishna is talking about his control and maintenance. One should remember the Supreme Lord as Krishna as the supreme controller. Generally in this universe, all the planets, so many planetary systems are there. So all these planets, we cannot say that it is arbitrarily it is rotating, arbitrarily it is giving light and heat. No. All the planetary systems are controlled. The Lord has created the certain laws. According to the laws, the universes are, the planetary systems are rotating or revolving. We scientists, through our intelligence, we are inventing, we are finding out those laws. But in the course of finding out the laws, we are completely forgetting the controller who is behind all the laws. Vedas are instating that one should understand who is the ultimate control, and one should know what is his desires, what he wanted us. According to his desires, according to his want, if we conduct our life, then our life becomes blissful. Because in the current stage we are all in the, it is called the Dukkalayam. The world is meant to be as a ocean of dukkhas, sorrows. But our natural condition is being in sukha, blissful nature. So in order to gain that sukha, we have to follow the orders of the Lord. Then by His will we can promote to our spiritual world. So likewise, Krishna is explaining many things, that he is maintainer and he is smaller than the smallest. Like we have seen, he is present in everybody's heart as Paramatma, and he is inconceivable personality. With our material mind, we can conceive certain things, but the Lord's energy we cannot conceive it. It won't fall under our logic. And he is self-luminous, and which means he is beyond the darkness of the material world. Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. So likewise, one has to meditate upon the Supreme Lord. All his form, his qualities are mentioned in this portion of Bhagavad Gita. Simply by studying this portion and understanding him, we can gain the spiritual knowledge. So that is the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. How we have to remember Krishna throughout our life. By throughout our life we remember Krishna like this way, then at the time of death, naturally there will be remembrance of Krishna will occur. That is also by his mercy. So Lord will give certain things at the time of death for the devotees. That is the remembrance, the knowledge. Krishna says that Matta Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. From me comes knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness. So it is very much possible for the devotees to gain the remembrance of the Lord at the time of death by following the footsteps of Krishna. With this we can conclude this verse with this Bhagavad Gita. Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita ki jai, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.